Hey everyone, number 25 on my list of 100 greatest songs of all time is Fisherman's Blues by the Waterboys. This is a song it came out in 1988, but it's been in my mind, I guess, ever since I first heard it. It did very well over here, it did very well in the UK, it even did quite well in the States. And Mike Scott wrote it with his bandmate Steve Wickham, who's a fiddle player in the Waterboys. And Scott talks about writing it on a plane, about the disintegration of his relationship with his manager at the time. And all of his kind of frustrations and anxieties and stuff went into this song. But he says the tone of the song came from Steve Wickham's fiddle accompaniment, which I will try and replicate in a second on the keyboard pretty badly, I would imagine. But it was also based, some of the lyrics were inspired by W.H. Auden's poem The Night Mail. I'm not up to date on my Auden, to be honest. They recorded this in Ireland actually, but he is Scottish, but they do have a huge spiritual and physical connection with Ireland. Sorry for a second, move that. 4 chords, that's all it is, so. G major, F major, A minor, C major. The fiddle, which I'll just give me 1 second, I just won't want the guitar to fall down here, but the fiddle accompaniment, I don't know how to play the fiddle, but it's quite high up, it starts there. Actually, that was okay. Will I go again? I love that piece. It's not really complicated, but he actually takes off a little bit. He has a bit of a solo, which I'm not going to try and play on the keyboard. You can see it's on live versions, but you can actually hear it on the album version. It is a song that I wouldn't think of like party songs, I suppose. In like what would get a party going if you needed a bit of an uplift. And I would say this is that. I don't think the lyrics are particularly uplifting. I do think he does this thing where he puts in a woo, 1 of them after the first verse, 2 of them after the second, and 3 of them after the third. And if someone knows the song but they don't know that he does that, they'll always do the 3 woos after the first verse. It's like it's a common mistake people make, but he actually does it in 1, 2, and 3. He also produced the song as well. I want to read the lyrics because I think they are quite important, considering they're one of my favorite lyrics of all time. So it starts: I wish I was a fisherman tumbling on the seas, far away from dry land and its bitter memories, casting you my sweet light with abandonment and love, no ceiling staring down on me save the starry sky above. With light in my hair, you in my arms, woo-hoo-hoo, that's easy. I wish I was the brakeman on a Heartland diesel train, crashing headlong into the heartland like a cannon in the rain, with the beating of the sleepers and the burning of the coal, counting towns flashing by me in a night that's full of soul. Oh, I know I will be loosened from bonds that hold me tight, and the chains all hung around me will fall away at last. And on the fine and faithful day, I will take thee in my arms, I will ride the night train, and I will be the fisherman. And then it repeats the chorus. I'm not a good singer when it comes to Mike Scott, I'll be honest, but it's very Dylan-esque. That's one thing it is. It's even his vocal delivery is quite Dylan-esque, but you could see it on his kind of what was this album that Joe Ackerman was on, Infidels, whatever that one is. You can hear it from that kind of 1983, I think that was. I wish I was a fisherman, tumbling on the seas, far away from the dry land and its bitter memories. And it goes on like that, and then it's the light in my head, you in my arms, It's so good. Like, it doesn't break away. There's no bridge or anything in it, but I think the fiddle section is kind of, even though it's still playing the same chords, it doesn't move away from. It's kind of a bridge, like a break between where he does the fiddle solo, and Mike Scott obviously talking about that idea of writing about frustrations, and he wants to take off and take away from everything else but the person. To describe the tone of the song being from Wickham's point of view, where he brings the fiddle in, I think it's apt, because I think it's a great song regardless of the fiddle part, but I think the fiddle part, it makes it into a classic. Like, and I'm not sure if, I think I'd like the song if there was no fiddle part, but with the fiddle part added, I do think it that's what boosts it up to me to a classic. And I would have this playing in the gym, and I'd have this playing everywhere. I'd have this on all the playlists in all the world. It's properly, it's like soul stirring when you hear the opening chord, the cling of the acoustic guitar. It just, every time it gets me, and it just, I wondered when I was writing this list out where this would fall, and even looking at the list now, I wonder, should it be higher because of what it makes me feel, or how it makes me feel when it comes on, because it is such a kick, like, it's such, like, every time it comes on, it's such a treat to hear it. And I suppose The Whole of the Moon would be their bigger song, or more well-known song here in Ireland anyway, would be played more on the radio, and it's obviously a classic song as well. But this song just has more grit to it, or something, more character, and maybe it is that fiddle line in it, or maybe it is the woos and the additional woos and the gravel in his voice, the kind of anxiousness or something in his voice, about how he's singing about all these things that he wants to get away, but like be with this person, be with this one love, and while all the other stuff is breaking down, or like being a cannon in the rain and all this kind of stuff, like, to get away, like Fisherman will get away, and you get you to see, like the train will get you away from where you are. You want to get away, but you want to have that person, that love to hold you tight and stuff. And it's done in such an amazing way. It's so well produced. It's actually a well produced album all the way through. But and it's actually on their fourth album. It's not one of their like early ones. But I think it's a classic, and I kind of think we robbed it a little bit as Irish people. We've kind of robbed the Waterboys, and we've robbed Fisherman's Blues. So go and listen to it. It's a joy. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.